Tickle me.
Welcome back, you guys. I am your host, Peaches with Peach Talk, and today I have Miss Fly Fanci herself with Fanci Cosmetics. How are you today, honey?
I'm good, girl. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Look, these allergies starting to bother me today. I'm a
Cause you was
little
outside giving all that body the other day, and it was
oh,
cold.
girl.
That's,
I was a little
that's what
something,
it was.
something.
That cold, that hawk hit me unexpectedly. It hit me unexpectedly. I had to come take some medicine and drink some tea myself before I
Right.
knew I was going to get sick. Cause I had all my chest out that day.
I know you sure did. It was all out there, honey. But you look absolutely gorgeous. And I
Thank
was
you.
so glad you had your billboard put up, girl. That is so
God,
amazing.
oh my God. And I still literally can't believe it because I'm telling you, like it's just like everything that I envision or like want to do, I pass by it. And I be like, dang, I wish I could probably do that. Or wow, I wish I knew someone that can, help me get this or do that. And
Right.
I don't know what it is, of course, God, but it's just like it seems like it comes back to me and the opportunity presents itself. It's just me being prepared for
Right.
the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have said, okay, girl, we got this special going on. And I couldn't have had no graphics, nothing
Right.
prepared, but I'm always on top of it, making sure I have my graphics and stuff prepared. So I'm ready. I'm up and ready for all opportunities.
That's good. That's good. And you know, like I said, I always try to make sure that as much as possible, I have as many resources and help we can, because we gotta all be able to promote each other, and uplift each other.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
So I do want to go ahead and get into your interview and want the people to learn a little bit about you. So go ahead and introduce yourself and let them know, what city you're from, all those things.
Well, a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Porshia. That's my name, but I go by Fancy. I am from Montgomery, Alabama, the Gump. Okay, the one and only. I grew up in Hopewell, Alabama. I'm a country, grandma raised girl from a small town. I graduated from Alabama State University. I am a flight attendant. I'm a travel agent and a travel and beauty and fashion content creator. And right now I live in Atlanta. I'm back and forth between Atlanta and Dallas because I'm a flight attendant, so I'm based in Dallas, but I travel back and forth from Dallas to Atlanta, commuting back and forth to work. And I have a cosmetic line, which I started in 2018, inspired by my career as a flight attendant. The name of my brand at one point it was Fly Collection Cosmetics, but I rebranded. I did new photo shoots. I just wanted a different, more classic and timeless look for my brand because I'm taking my brand serious. It ain't nothing I'm doing for the time being. Like this is what I enjoy doing. I've been in the beauty industry for 10 plus years as a makeup artist. That was my first love. That was the first thing I ever did. But I enjoy doing makeup, but I wanted to get to the point where I don't feel like I have to stand on my feet for numerous of hours and constantly, promoting, standing for long periods of time and just doing makeup. Like I enjoy doing it, but I only do it for special occasions, which consists of just weddings,
Right.
weddings. But I always wanted my cosmetic line, but I wanted it to be creative. I wanted to stand out with it. I wanted something catchy, something that made sense to me that becomes easier to me. So I was thinking like, wow, maybe I should just do a aviation theme because this is my life for real. This is what I see every day. This is what I'm living through, So I was able to come up with the cute, cool new names, and I'm able to come up with different type of campaigns to market my brand with that particular, idea. Although I saw and see plenty of other brands who uses the aviation theme, but I can't focus on that, on how they're doing it. I literally just have to focus on how I'm going to do it and how I'm going to stand out with it. And I'm just going to stick beside it and keep moving and see where we're going to go with it.
That is awesome. So how long have you been doing the whole entrepreneurship thing? Like what made you decide to go into that?
It had to start as far as being a makeup artist and working with people. I started doing makeup, I want to say my sophomore year in college.
Okay.
Because back in the day, I was tiptoeing and playing in makeup in middle school. But my grandma wouldn't let me wear makeup for real. So I used to I used to still sneak and be and play in it, but I'm always used to be an artsy girl. Like I used to love lashes, makeup, just like girly girl stuff. So I want to say one of my cousins in my family bought me some foundation from, what was that old school cosmetic line back in the day? Called Fashion Fair. I don't know if y'all remember that, but fashion. She bought me some Fashion Fair makeup, girl. You couldn't tell me nothing. So girl, I used to play that stuff all the time. So I literally started getting into just eyeshadows and stuff like that. And I started doing my makeup my sophomore year. And people used to say, oh my gosh, your eyeshadow's so pretty. I just get so many compliments all the time. I used to like playing in colors. And I went from there with it. I was like, I gotta come up with a name. What am I gonna name myself? And I came up with Fanci Faces back then. Which is, I still kind of go by Fanci Faces, but it was my first level at entering the entrepreneurship world. I want to say maybe my sophomore year in college.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, so what made you decide that being an entrepreneur was the best decision for you?
What made me decide that being an entrepreneur was better for me is because I literally just can't get jiggy with micromanagement and people over me. Not saying I can't take directions from people, or I can't take orders from people, and just being a follower and a listener. Like of course we have to do all those things to excel, but I just cannot work in an environment where I'm being like constantly told what to do. You know what I'm saying? Do this, do that. Make sure although my job is kind of like that now, it's like I still move on my own. Like a flight attendant, I'm just given a sign in time and what I need to be. That's it. And that works for me. You know what I'm saying? I need to be here at this time, and this is what you do. I don't have nobody standing over me, micromanaging me, telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every job has their ins and outs about how they appreciate their employees and things of that nature. But my job is more flexible, so I don't really fly that much for real, because I really focus on running my own thing. So what made me want to go into entrepreneurship? I just wanted to move around how I wanted to move around. I wanted to have control of my off days. I wanted to have control of what I make with the money that I make, the hours I put in. I would feel better working hours and hours on Fly Fanci versus working hours and hours for someone else. You know what I'm saying? Although I'm doing that now, I mean, of course, I'm sacrificing that time now, you know what I'm saying, to get what I'm going for, to get what I need to be for my brand. Like I'm sacrificing that, but that's nothing I see myself doing long term. Is just being micromanaged and just do this, do that. Make sure I just like wanted to just move my own way. I always been that way though. I always just wanted to move my own way, just watching my grandmother work, because she was a nurse. But my grandmother also cut hair. She did hair. She was a licensed beautician. She did everything on her own. I just watched that, and I just was like, okay, you just moving how you want to move without, being on a strict schedule. You know what I'm saying? So that would kind of want to be into like being an entrepreneur.
Right. And you know what? And that's the thing, I think that most of us want to get to a point where we can march to our own beat. Like nobody wants to sit here and be able to. And honestly, what they don't tell you is that the tax, the IRS and all the taxes and things were actually made for entrepreneurs. So there are a lot of benefits to being your own boss than it is working for someone. Now you can still work for somebody just to get those,
right. I mean, I'm still gotta do that now, because I gotta be
right, because there are ups and downs when becoming an entrepreneur, but those are the biggest reasons why we want to do what we do, and that's to be able to have our own schedules, to have that flexibility even for our personal life. Did you have help along the way on your journey, or did you have to do like trial and error? Like, what were some of the types of moments you had going through that?
I would have to say both. But it wasn't like a lot. Like I either had like some friends came along, because what I did, I had a friend. We went to college together. I had another friend, we went to college together too. We also was talking about our business goals and what we wanted to do. We want to start our own brand or whatever like that.
Right.
Just talking, just having a conversation. So it was like, no, we really need to do it. So what we did, I have an uncle, one of my favorite uncles who lives in Virginia. I said, "Okay, I got a business idea. I need you." It wasn't much. Like it wasn't not a lot of money. Like he just didn't give me no lump sum of money and say,
Right.
"Here, go start your business." I wish. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I wish. But no, I kind of just started up off the ground by myself, honestly, by maybe $600 to $700. Like I started it. You can start your business, but probably 500. You don't really need a
Right.
lot to start a
Right.
business at all. So what I did learn along the way, as far as researching, a lot of things are definitely trial and error. Like I had to learn as I went along. I also learned, like, when you first start your business, you do not need to buy a lot of inventory. And that was the first thing I did wrong when I first started my business. Like I literally spent all of that money that I had and put it all in inventory. And that was absolutely no.
Right.
Because I don't know. I didn't know if people was gonna like matte red or they're gonna like a nude. I don't know what they would like better.
Right.
Now to this day, now I know what my people like. I know I have a lot of gloss people, and if I do have matte colors, this is what they like versus this. So I had a whole bunch of inventory. Spent all my money in inventory. Didn't think about I needed a logo. Didn't think about website. Didn't think about what I'm gonna put all this stuff in. Cause then, girl, I was running this inside of my crash pad where like all the flight attendants and stuff live when I first became a flight attendant in New York City.
Wow.
So I would package all my little packages. I had little orders I was getting in, and I had to walk to the post offices with my packages.
Wow.
Because where I live, and I didn't have a car in New York, like for what?
Right.
I didn't have a car. I didn't have no car in New York, and we had a post office around the street, which was pretty. It was walking days. It's probably like a 6-7 minute walk. But during that time, I'm like, I didn't really need to spend all my money into inventory. I should have just saved it for other things that I needed in my business. So, definitely trial and error. But I did have friends, and I did have my uncle to help me out when I first started my business to really get like product and things like that.
Right. Well, that's always good. And some of us, when we go into these entrepreneurship journeys, we don't have people readily available to support and believe in us. And so it's good, even if you have that small help, that, creates a big, relief for you as well, being an entrepreneur. So it's hard when you finally, when you have a dream and you try to implement that dream, but you have people that don't necessarily believe in the dream that you believe in.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's always a difficult type of situation to be in when you're, when you first starting out. So
you're trying to build out, because like you said,
yeah.
people don't see your vision. Like people don't see your visions. And then again, I'm doing cosmetics, so I had to literally go through. I went through maybe 5 vendors before I was able to finalize what I wanted to do. It literally took me, and just because I bought I was buying everything then, it took me almost like a year. I would say like 6 months to a year before I finally like put it out to everybody. It's still learning. So once I spent all my money in just cosmetics, I was still able to make a little bit of my money back, but it wasn't like a huge profit because of the way I spent my money or whatever. But yeah, I spent all my money and put everything back into my business.
Sorry about that. I had a phone call. Why not put it on do not disturb? But I guess not. So how has being an entrepreneur affected your family, and how has it affected you in a positive way?
Well, in a positive way, it gives me something to build, to later leave for, like, my kids one day, my family, leave my family members, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the first person that I know in my inner, like my close inner family circle, to like start my own business and just do the like cosmetics type thing. Like we have like real estate agents and everybody like on a super duper business side of it. But I'm like the first person in my immediate family to do makeup and travel and, just go different places. So I'm blessed to have that opportunity because I'm able to, let my mom travel more. Like my mom has not even been out of the country yet. So it just allowed me to, travel with my mom, travel with my friends. We go to different places and just, being able to see places I have never seen in my life, places I thought I would never see, as far as like being able to have those benefits to travel. So I would definitely say that's how it would help me out and my family out in a positive way.
Well, that's good. Yeah, and it's always good to be able to create those experiences and those memories for your family as well.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
what has been some challenges you faced getting your business off the ground?
Girl, I want to say the challenges is getting funding,
Mm,
getting business funding, building business credit, learning the business and financial part of business. Like we
right,
didn't learn any of that type of stuff coming up. You know what I'm
right,
saying? The only way we're learning now is by other entrepreneurs and other business women and men doing it first and
right,
teaching a class online for us to learn how to do it as well. So
right,
I would have to say the hardest part about running a business, honestly, is the funding part of it. Like I feel like I'm good at the other part of it, like the marketing part of it. Like I feel like I'm my own marketing brand. Like
right,
I don't too much like talking on the internet. I don't like talking because I know I talk fast. I feel like sometimes I stole on my words a lot, and I'm getting to the point where I'm getting over that, and I'll get better
right,
at it. But I used to beat myself up so much about it. But I feel like if people buying from you, they want to know who they buying from. They want to see your face. They want to see you
right,
doing certain things. They want to see you on the camera swatching your lipsticks or whatever business you have. You have a boutique on the camera showing what you're wearing. Interact with the people that
right,
spend the money. So I knew at one point I would have to get out of that.
right.
But I would say the most hardest part about it is getting funding, getting grants, getting loans. I'm not saying it's hard to get a loan because it's easy to get a loan,
Right.
but I'm still have to process of dang, I don't like the feeling of paying people back. I don't like that feeling, but I have to get out of it as well because it's all
Me
about taking
too.
that risk. It's all about taking that risk into business. Because you got to think about all these businesses, these successful businesses out here has taken out loans. They just took their risks and believed in their business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Getting investors. It's just basically that part of the business world. I would
Right.
have to say have to be the most, difficult for me. But I am learning. I have applied to a few grants. I'm thinking about applying to some loans because the way that I see my business going in 2023, the things that I want to do for my business, the things that I see for my business, something will have to come because you really don't supposed to spend your own money
True.
for things that you need for your business. It's plenty of opportunities out there for businesses. If they got Black women grants, the first startup business loans, PayPal even have a loan as well. Once they see how many orders you have coming through, I run my website on Shopify. I've gotten loans through Shopify before. But Shopify will invite you. They'll see like, oh, this person is getting consistent sales. So once
Right.
you get consistent sales, take out loans with them before and you pay everything back, they'll give you another one. I've gotten a couple of loans from Shopify because I pay all of it back through my consistent sales. And
Right.
that's just motivating you to, hey,
Keep
you guys
pushing.
don't mind, keep pushing, keep
Yeah.
promoting. So you can go ahead and pay this loan back. But yeah, that's I would have to say have to be the hardest part to me is getting the funding for your business.
Now we do have a question here in the audience, so let me post that. He says, "How important is networking for your business, and which style of networking do you love the most?"
Networking is very important for my business. I feel like it's important for any business because people want to see, okay, what it is that you do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And also being the walking brand for yourself, and also not being so salesy too, and
Right.
always trying to push a product on people. So I can just post for me, like he said, for me, I will probably post a picture or a photo of me traveling somewhere to a dope destination or a nice destination, sitting real cute, a bomb photo with a red lip on. I
Right.
didn't say anything about the red lip yet. It's just the red lip is given. I'm gonna tag it. I'm gonna say people might click on the picture. They might say what she got on. I'm gonna tag probably what I got on, my lipstick
Mhm.
brand, and that's it.
Right.
It don't always have to be shop with me, click the link in my bio. People get
Right.
tired of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? People get tired of that. Like, I feel like with me, if I see somebody that's fly, they got something nice on that I like, I'm just gonna now networking and social media in 2023 and 2022 plus, you just click on the photo and it's going to show you what the person out, what they got on or what they're wearing. So I would have to say for me, networking, I don't always have to push a sale because I feel like I am my walking brand. Like I
Right.
do my own makeup. I'm a makeup artist. I keep my makeup going, looking good, keep myself looking nice and presentable. You just never know who you'll run into. Like I'm not like this all the time. Like I
Right.
literally got bad from the I literally just got back from running errands all day, girl, going to the post office and stuff looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I look presentable for the most part. Like I'm definitely
Right.
gonna, put my skincare on and make sure my skin looking all moisturized and good and everything. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not always pushing a sale. I'm
Yeah.
not always pushing a sale all the time.
Yeah.
And what was the second part to his question?
Oh, he said, and which style of networking do you love the most?
Which style of networking? I would have to say social media networking. Because like I told you, I got to get better at talking to people in person, like coming up to people. Like some people are good at that. I'm not.
Right.
Like some people can go to somebody down the street and be like and sell something to them. I can't do that.
Right.
I'm not gonna say I won't ever do it, but I'm working on it.
Right.
But so far right now, my best form of marketing will have to be social media marketing. Like it's easy. I can make reels. I can play with editing apps. Like I enjoy doing that type of stuff, So I feel like eventually I will have someone to edit and everything for me. But as of now, I edit my own videos for my business
You do a
page.
good job. So
Girl, you think so? Girl, later on, I'm gonna get an editor, and I feel like once I get like an editor, especially for like YouTube, girl, because YouTube, like I'm trying to vlog and stuff like that, it takes me hours and days to edit videos.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like once I get an editor, things will probably get a little bit lighter. But so far, I enjoy doing it. It just takes hours to do. But I would have to say, yeah, social media would have to be my best form of marketing.
Right. And the good thing with social media, you can reach thousands of people at one time, instead of you like catching one person. Hey, sir. Hey, man.
Yes, girl, it's supposed to ignore you.
Right.
And I just
They will.
that fear of like, I work in airplanes, so I'm definitely the people that pass by me. I don't say good morning, don't say it back. I mean, I'm used to that.
Right.
What it is, what it is. But like going up to somebody and talking to them about your business, and they just don't seem interested. I'm just like, whatever.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm not.
So how are some ways that you are able to overcome the challenges of like talking to people online? Because I know with me, a lot of people are shocked that I'm even doing this whole podcast thing because I'm very introverted typically, but because of my career and things like that, I have to socialize with people and things like that. So it's almost like I have to practice type of situation. So. How is it that you are able to overcome? Is it like the same or?
I would have to say what kind of like prepared me is like, okay, in college when you join certain clubs, you join sororities and fraternities and things of that nature. And like one thing I don't like interviewing. That's something I just do not like doing. So I would have to say when I did my interview, when I joined my sorority in college, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, I would have to say they honestly kind of pulled me out of that nervous zone a little bit as far as being able to speak in front of a large crowd and feeling confident in what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of gave me a boost because I was like, whoo, I have not done a process like that since, I don't know, never. You know what I'm saying? And also competitions and competing and stuff like that, girl, like doing pageants. That's the type of vibe it gave me. And it was so nerve-wracking, but I felt like if I did that, I could do anything.
Right.
I could do anything. So I could say that prepared me. Also, the flight attendant process is the same thing. It's kind of like a pageant. You interview, you come speak in front of people, you got to tell them why you need the job. So I feel like going through those processes kind of prepared me to know how to speak in front of other people and know the proper etiquette to speak and see how I'm doing this, moving my hands, my type of thing. But going through those processes kind of gave me the extra confidence that I needed. Okay, you know what, girl, if you did that, you can do other things. You just need to just practice your wording. And, my boyfriend, I talk in front of him sometimes. Like, I literally just got comfortable with talking in front of him, vlogging in front of him and stuff like that. He just let me be me, and I just say, hey, what you think I should do? He was like, you just need to slow down. You talking a little bit too fast. Like, all my friends say I talk fast. So just kind of like slow down. So I take that criticism and I just work on it because I feel like if I want to be, on the next level in my mind, where I picture myself being, I'm going to eventually have to overcome that.
Right. And I will say this. I know I've already told you this while we was out there. speaking and interviewing for your billboard. But I was like, honey, I said, that's the type of support I need. Shoot. Look, he up there
Girl,
getting all the angles and stuff.
He's very supportive. When I say he's very supportive of my business, because like how you said, babe, you had someone to compete with you, and I had one of them before. And I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So he supports me in every way. I told him, I said, hey, we're doing the billboard block party thing. I need somebody to go down with me. He's like, oh, okay, I'll go. And give me your camera. Aren't you vlogging this? Let me vlog this while you do your thing or whatever like that. And he was just like, just slow down a little bit and just talk slow. You sound like you rushing. What you in a rush for? Right. And I'm always feeling like I'm talking fast because I'm so used to talking on Instagram so much with the timer. So I feel like I got to get everything out before the timer comes. Before I don't want to have too many clips of me rambling. So in my mind, I feel like I got to hurry and talk, get it what I need to get out before the timer run out. So that's another thing of me just talking fast and everything. So I say the more I do it, the more comfortable I get, and I'll get better with it.
Right. Yeah, and that's all it is. It's just more practice and, exposing yourself to the different nuances of, the scene and making sure you get the right lighting and things like that.
Exactly.
So did the because I didn't quite hear how long have you actually done the have you created your own brand, but did the pandemic affect your business in any way? And if so, how were you able to overcome those pitfalls?
Girl, the pandemic really didn't affect my business, to be honest. It actually helped me with my business. During the pandemic, of course, we all got the stimulus check. So I took the stimulus check and then I invested in like some marketing. Like I ended up finding a designer. I have a designer girl who does my flyers. She does everything. Like she designed my flyer for the billboard. Her Instagram is I think it's Pretty Creative Things. Okay. I started working with her. So I literally just sent her my pictures that my boyfriend would take on my camera. I have a digital camera. I have a Sony. Okay. I should have a Sony. I have a Nikon. I done bought these cameras, girl. Literally just started using them. But I've been using my Sony to like take my pictures and do my vlogs and everything, girl. So I literally would take all my pictures on my Sony. I would edit my photos myself, and I would send them to my graphic designer, and she would literally create me a whole campaign. So I don't even have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it. So I used to like, oh, what I'm gonna do for this? I don't know. That takes stress off of you, so I can focus on something else. Mm-hmm. So during the pandemic, I was able to come up with like a system of how I wanted to do it, or whatever. So I ended up getting a graphic designer. I ended up purchasing bags for my brand, thank you cards. Little things like that. I went ahead and invested into my business during the pandemic. So honestly, the pandemic gave me time to sit, think, and plan. Like it didn't affect my business at all, and people still were shopping a little bit after the pandemic. So it really helped me.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I know that sometimes with being an entrepreneur, the pandemic has, kind of, it's either created businesses for people or has hurt businesses. So we always try to find out, different entrepreneurs, how did it affect you guys? So how are some ways that you create a healthy personal life? Because of course, you have a boyfriend, I know I'll be going places and doing things, honey. I'll be like, look, I'm trying to be like, how when I grow up?
Yes, honey. It took some time, honey. It took some time. Mm-hmm. You just gotta be patient. You gotta be patient, and just wait on your time to come. And it would come, because I felt the same way, because everybody don't agree with my lifestyle. Every man don't agree with, you going away, you being away from home. And I needed a secure man. I needed a man that's secure within himself, and secure within me, trustworthy, like, and not believe I ain't gonna say it's myth. Now it's some flight attendants out there who do that thing, that travel. And they probably got a man in Dubai, they might got a man in Cancun. I mean, live your life. I mean, if you're single, live it up. You know what I'm saying? But that's not where I was at that's not where I was at in my career. Like I met some wonderful people in my life, you know what I'm saying, but traveling and everything, but that's just not me. I wasn't a girl that had everybody in different area codes, you know what I'm saying? But you just have to come in. You gotta come in just being secure and know how to trust and not being insecure about it and nothing like that. You gotta be supportive. You gotta be patient. Right. You know, he's patient. He's supportive. Also, when I'm away, I'm not gone that long. Like people think as a flight attendant, I'm gone a lot. I'm not really gone that much. I'm gone maybe like 4 to 5 days out of the week. Mm-hmm. That might be a lot, but it's not. I promise you, because it's not a Monday through Friday thing. Sometimes it's Sunday through Tuesday. Some days I'm going for like 3 days. So it really depends. I have more off days than a person has that work a 9 to 5. Right. So yeah, it really just takes that confidence to be able to date somebody like myself, as far as always going influencer, content creator type vibes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I get more support from him more than anything. My friends support me. I have a wonderful group of friends who support my brand, who repost my brand, who buy stuff from my brand. When it comes down to that, right. Like they always supportive. They help me come up with different names, different ideas, and different things. So yeah, like my personal life is pretty good. But to juggle it, I would have to say running my business and trying to like work my other job can be a little tough. Right. So honestly, I sacrifice off days from my job. I had to sacrifice taking off for my job so I can put into my brand. You know what I'm saying? And that's an L that I have to take every now and then, because if I'm not going to work, I'm not making no money for real. So right. That's an L that I have to take for my regular job to put into my brand, because if I don't, it's just like I'm gonna get too caught up in trying to make sure I'm meeting all the deadlines for the company that I work with, versus my business is gonna be by the sideline. And by the time I get off work, girl, I'm tired. I want to sleep. I want to take a nap or something. But it's all about that time management. So like on my layovers, I'll try to post a little content here, or I try to edit this little part of my YouTube or something like that. It's all about just about time management, having a planner, and making sure I'm getting the proper rest that I need, making sure I'm getting the proper therapy that I need. Right. It's like I care my mental health too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about just like a balance, having everything mapped out in time management, because it can be a little toughy. Right. As far as trying to like set time for Fly Fanci and set time for my other business I work with, my relationship, my friends, going to events, traveling, like right. It takes some time, but it's just all about time management.
Right. And you said something very important. A lot of people don't realize that therapy is very important, even with entrepreneurship, because sometimes you can be really discouraged in the process. And so it's always good, if you don't have that, support surrounding you, to have someone that you can bounce that, and, your, I guess, the sadness or the frustration, all those feelings need to come out some kind of way, so that you don't actually project that onto the people around you. Right. So it's very important to have that balance. So what would be some advice that you would give to future entrepreneurs?
Some advice I have to give is have a motto or something that will keep you going and motivated. I have one motto is that I have for myself that really motivates me is like, God would never put nothing on your mind or place nothing on your heart that you cannot one day hold in your hand or see for yourself or experience for yourself. Like, if it's placed in your mind, it's placed in your mind for a reason, either for a learning experience or for something that something you need to go through to see, so that you can be more motivated, feel more motivated. Don't look at the next person and wondering why they're there and you're not. Everybody has a different story. Everybody has a different way and a different trial, how they're going to get through their business, how they're going to stay in their business. Right. So focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Be straight, tunnel vision, because you get caught up in what everybody else is doing. You get distracted. You get thrown off. You start comparing yourself to them. Why I ain't doing this? Why I haven't gotten it? No, you don't know how that person got that. You don't know how long that person been in business. They probably been in the business for 20 years, but just not seeing their successful moment. I've been in business 10 years, had Fly Fanci Cosmetics for 4. And I'm just now getting to like the exciting and peak moments of my business. So it just take time, don't never ever compare your journey to nobody else's. If you enjoy what you're doing, if you're really passionate about your business, don't look at all that straight tunnel vision, and just focus on yourself.
Right.
That will have to be the advice I would give them.
Yeah, and that is actually really good advice because, you know, I know sometimes, you know, people have all even said about me, well, why would you start a podcast? There's so many podcasts out there. And I'm like, you got all these channels on your TV and you only watching one. So it's
exactly.
for everybody. So it's
exactly. We got Hulu, Netflix.
Right.
We got Tubi, and I'm gonna watch all of them. Everybody brings something different to the table.
Exactly. And you know, my platform has been something that I wanted to create for real people with, you know, and just for the Black community, because we don't do enough of uplifting ourselves and each other. So I just wanted to create a space where it's safe for us, you know, to be ourselves, to be very candid, very, you know, real, you know what I mean? So and I just wanted to be able to also, you know, encourage others like us to keep going,
I agree.
You know, and just do your thing, y'all. So
do your thing.
Look,
no
we
matter
got to
how
take
many
over.
Did it. No matter how many people did, honey, still doing your thing. Like a boutiques, it's 1,000 boutiques.
Right.
It's 1,000 cosmetic lines. It's 1,000 people who sell hair, but you got to do it your way. Do it your way. You just never know. Somebody might like how you. Some people gonna watch this podcast and click on your podcast just by the name of your podcast. Like, I love the name of your podcast, Peach Talk. It's like, okay, we got the peach. You know, it's given like, okay, Peach Talk is like, okay, I'm gonna get some tea on here. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about this. You know, it's a very catchy name. You know what I'm saying? Some people click on that just by the name of it, you know? Right. So, yeah, you just got to keep going and do you, honey. You can't be worried about what nobody else is doing.
Right, exactly. So what are some things that you like to enjoy doing outside of your business?
Outside of my business, what I enjoy doing, girl, I love to sit and scroll and on Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I love like sitting and piecing outfits together, looks and hairstyles. I love to stroll through YouTube. I'll binge YouTube all day. Like, I love YouTube more than I love any other app. Love YouTube. What else I like to do? When you say business, I mean traveling is my business, but sort of kind of, I don't know. Traveling is like my thing. I love to travel. I love to experience other different cultures outside of mine. I love to see what they eat, how they dress, and certain things they do in their countries. I enjoy that. So I have to say I love to travel. I love to be on Pinterest, YouTube. So those type of things I enjoy doing outside of my business. You know what I'm saying? When I'm just sitting chilling. I sit and plan literally. I have not even been to a lot of places. But I would sit and plan the entire trip out before I even go, like create a whole itinerary, watch and binge YouTube videos about this place before I even go. Like, I enjoy doing that. So when somebody hit me up about a travel trip or they looking for to go somewhere, that's easy to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that comes second nature to me. So I enjoy doing it. Will it be a lot to plan a trip for a lot of people? Yes, that's stressful. But as far as sitting, like planning out itinerary, that's second nature to me. Like, I enjoy doing that, looking up different things for people for their trips and stuff. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So do you think that you've already mastered your craft, or do you think that there is room for growth and improvement?
Girl, always room for growth and improvement. I'm never going to feel like I mastered it. No, I'm always going to feel like it's always room for growth and taking something to the next level. That's just how I feel about it. You know, I feel like even some of the celebrities that made it don't feel like they made it. True. And I always wonder, like, you made it, like, what you feeling like? Now I feel like what they mean. Like, people might feel like, oh, girl, you already there. They'll tell me that all the time. Like, I'm very modest about it. Like, you there, you doing it. You did this, you did it. Like, yes, I did, girl. Thank you. But I feel like I got more work to do. I feel like I got more work to do. I feel like I have a long way to go. And I used to hate when my grandma used to tell me, you got a long way to go. I'm like, no, I'm grown. I have a long way to go, and I accept that. I enjoy my journey. That it allows me to, you know, enjoy the midst of it, because I know it's somebody else behind me, somebody else seeing what I'm doing, want to do what I'm doing, and I'm be able to give them the real.
Right.
The social life is nice, but it's not for everybody.
Right.
Everybody's be an entrepreneur.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not for everybody. Like it's a lot of work. It's a lot to keep people interested. And I also tell new business owners too, because I will be dropping my ebook. My ebook is done. It's already written. Like I wrote my ebook maybe 3 months ago. But I'm dropping it I'm dropping it next year. And it's basically talking about how to prepare and launch your business a successful way. Some people don't know. People lose out on money and lose customers by how they launch.
Right.
People take you serious how you launch your business. Like we think that we can just write on a little story on our Instagram. Ooh, business coming soon. Okay. Where are you collecting my email address, my number to keep me updated? You gotta keep these people attention. You gotta keep them attached to what you got going on. You gotta build that suspense. You gotta build that mystery around your business. Like, damn, I wonder what she doing. Do a countdown, do something. Don't just post a little flyer and say coming soon.
Right.
So like no, like, and I had to learn that, like literally. So I've done it, I want to say 3 times around a campaign, and every one of them was successful. Could I be better? Yeah. So I talk about that in my ebook, how we can successfully launch our business and grasp the attention of our audience by launching our business. Because when we launch, we need a theme. We need something around it. Not saying everything gotta have a theme, but we need a reason why. Like I said, I literally took my camera. I went to one of my friends' pool because I literally thought of this idea last minute. Like I'm very creative when it comes down to my business. Like if I find myself, or I would call myself as a very creative person. I thought of this idea when I was in Cancun. I actually was like, damn, why I didn't think of this while I was there? I thought of a resort collection, which means, okay, we're traveling, we're on a resort, and it still kind of coincide with my branding. Right. So I didn't think of it on time, but I came back to the United States. I went to one of my friends' apartment complex, took pictures by her pool, literally came up with the idea, took all the pictures, edited them, sent them to my designer. She came up with the campaign, like a 7-day, 8-day flyer campaign, and we did a countdown for my thing. And it was a thing. And it boomed. You know what I'm saying? So you have to build that suspense. So you gotta do a countdown, like get your audience involved in what you're doing. Do polls on your page. Ask questions. Everybody ain't gonna answer you. It's okay. Don't get offended by that. Everybody ain't gonna look at videos. You might have 5 views. It's fine. I had 5 views, or maybe 5 or 10 views on one of my videos when I did my Black Friday sale, because I was kind of late with that. I know I was late, but my Black Friday sale did very well.
That's good.
But I had 5 views on my reel. So some people get discouraged by that. You can't, because the views and those transactions don't be matching sometimes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you have to keep pub and then reels are free advertisement. You don't have to pay for it though. Like you can pay for ads on Instagram, but I want to say I really got a lot of my return when I do reels on there. It help your brand as well. But yes, you have to set the tone for your brand so people can take you serious. You know. So that will have to be a piece of advice too. I have to get to new entrepreneurs. But if y'all following me on Fly Fanci, it's FlyFanci. Down here, you can see my name on here. Y'all can follow me. Keep up with me. I will be dropping that ebook next year, so you guys can read my story on how to launch your business successfully.
Yeah, and I was actually gonna ask you what all are your services that you offer, as far as not just the cosmetic line, but do you offer any other services outside of that?
Oh yeah, I'm a makeup artist. I strictly really work only for weddings. I am a travel agent as well. I got my travel agent license this year, which will make me, I can travel. I plan travels for you, create itineraries, book flights, find cheap hotels, resorts, wherever you want to do. I do that as well. And I help other business owners. I'm going to tap more into that next year, as far as just helping other business owners grow their brands and give them resources that was given to me, or giving them resources that I found that would help them out. You know what I'm saying? So when I drop my ebook, I have a lot of resources in there. I have designers in there, graphic designers that you may need for your business, websites, who you need somebody to build your website, someone to do business cards, thank you cards, all that type of stuff. And I wish I had my dot card to show you. I just recently ordered a dot card. Girl, you need to get one of those. because
I
all
actually
you have to
have
do.
something. I actually have something similar to that. So there's a link.
Uh,
It's called Link as well. So
okay,
I basically buy the card, and then the profile you have is free. So that's the
okay,
only thing that you have to purchase. So it's kind of like along the
it's
lines of a,
the
yeah, you
same
just
thing.
tap,
Okay, yeah. It's
yeah.
pretty dope. It's honestly, once you scan, it brings up your website, your
Mhm.
Instagram, whatever, your TikTok, YouTube, whatever you want to connect to it. And by just scanning it, instead of just, always holding around a whole bunch of business cards in
Right,
your wallet. So
right.
yeah, I love it. But yeah, so yeah, I'll be helping other business owners and tapping into that level of just trying to help other people next year.
Okay, that is awesome. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
And then of course we will make sure that all of your websites and your IG handle and your YouTube, everything is going to be in the description of this video once we upload it. And if you can you let people know your website as well while we still have
Yes, my website will be www.FlyFanci Cosmetics.com. It's going to direct you right over to my website. That way you can shop. You also can send me an inquiry if you're interested in booking me for as your travel agent or just trying to get some information or getting a quote about a trip you have coming up. So all that will be on there. I have not added the ebook tab or anything because I have not released any of those yet, but all of the information of what I'm doing now currently is on my website.
That is amazing. And as always, I really, really, really appreciate you doing this interview with me. I am extremely excited and proud of you. Of course,
Thank you.
like we've already told people, we've known each other since middle school. So it's
Girl,
amazing
yes.
seeing how you have blossomed into this great entrepreneur
Yes.
boss
You
lady.
yourself
So,
have seen it. You yourself have seen this flower rooted in the concrete. You have seen
right.
it. Thank you for
So
having me. Thank you for
oh,
having me.
of course. And and there are always other opportunities, to have you onto the show. So we always like to re-invite our guests back so that, they can get a little bit more.
Okay.
deep.
We can touch on the personal side, share
Of
some stories.
course,
Because
of
I said
course.
I want to do some of those, like some girl talks and stuff like that.
Oh, we
So
got plenty of
I'm
those.
down for that. I'm
Okay.
down for that.
That is awesome. But you guys, thank you guys in the audience for interacting and joining with us. Thank you for viewing. And as always, you guys, you stay sweet.